boy!
Hey, save your shit. Be nice. Be nice. Come here now.
Off our streets! Get the off our streets!
Sir, please! I'm just here to protest! Please!
Stand down! Get out! Get back!
Flarka helped organize the Berkeley protests, and she says activists ought to copy its tactics for other speakers and events around the country. Milo's a fascist, and we shut him down. You didn't pretend otherwise. We shut him down, and that's what you do with fascists. I think I'm characterizing what you said correctly. Just so we can understand the standard here, what is a fascist?
So a fascist is someone who's organizing a mass movement that's attacking women, immigrants, black people, other minority groups in a movement of genocide. That's what a fascist is.
Okay. So it's someone who's committing violence?
And it's someone who's committing violence and who's trying to organize other people to commit violence.
They wore names on their backs: capitalist, landlord, criminal, pervert. Many were driven out of Beijing in the name of purifying the revolutionary capital.
Here you go, boy! Hey, save your shit. Be nice. Be nice. Come here now.
Off our streets! Get the off our streets!
Sir, please! I'm just here to protest! Please!
Stand down! Get out! Get back!
Okay.
And Milo Yiannopoulos is a fascist.
Off our streets! Get the off our streets!
Sir!
What Yiannopoulos has done is whip up a whole lynch mob mentality where people who come to see him or his supporters not only agree with his views, but also attack other people.
Off our streets! Get the off our streets!
You know, fascist movement takes many forms, and it always tries to have one form that looks respectable and a little bit milder.
You said they weren't allowed to speak at Berkeley.
He should
he
not be allowed to
on a
speak in
street corner?
public to spread his racist and misogynistic and homophobic lies. No, he does not have the right to do that.
Back then, I have to be honest. For example, Christianity. At the time, I thought what happened was great.
If there is a fascist in any situation that I was in, I would call for other people to take action too. But well, that's what we did at UC Berkeley, and that was a good thing.
Hit them or set fires. So you're a middle school teacher, which may surprise some of our students, or rather some of our viewers that you have students. The First Amendment was always kind of the cornerstone of American civic life, the idea that you have the right to say something that other people may vehemently disagree with, but you have that right. It's enshrined in the Bill of Rights. Do you teach that to your students? Would you hit them?
In fact, fascism isn't just about abstract. No, I'm not finished though yet, and I'm not finished yet.
Right,
it's also within the context of building a movement.
So if there was a student in your class who started espousing what you believe is fascism, and you said you need to leave, you need to be quiet, you need to leave, and he didn't leave, would you hit him as you hit that protester? Would you beat him up?
No, of course not.
Sir, please! I'm just here to protest! Please!
Stand down!
To what extent would you go to stop that person from spreading genocidal propaganda?
I would call for people to counter-protest, to stand up, and to shut down any attempts to fascistly recruit and organize.
Like, what if I want to keep talking? I'm saying something that you find appalling, but you know what? I've got a First Amendment right. I'm an American. What would you do? So a bunch of people come and say, stop that. I say, no, I'm not going to stop that. I'm an American. What are you going to do next?
to imagine, but an elderly man in China recently told local media that he regrets contributing to his mother's death about 40 years ago. And that was during China's Cultural Revolution, a really terrible time in China's modern history. And even though he feels regret now, at the time he actually didn't feel like he was doing anything wrong.
So at the time, Zhang was actually part of a group called the Red Guards, which is a movement led by young people during the 1970s in support of Mao's policies and the communist regime at that time. So basically, his mother had disagreed with Mao's policies, so he wrote her name down and gave it to the Red Guards, saying that she should be executed. And after 2 months, she was executed.
Imagine a generation of kids being brought up with this kind of mentality.